Last weekend at Hounslow, some lucky Coronation Street fans got the chance to meet up with Vicky Myers at the FanFusion event in Hounslow. And one such fan is here with me to talk about her experience. It's Carianne. Carianne, welcome to
Hi,
Coronation Street.
thank you very much, Michael. Hi, nice to be invited to come on.
No, it's lovely. We weren't able to get up to the convention ourselves, but it's lovely to be able to talk to some people who did. So, just for anyone who
Yeah.
didn't know a bit about it, that this fan fusion event, it was like it was about police theories in general, wasn't it? And Vicky Myers was one of many guests.
Yeah, so the theme was pursuit of justice.
Hmm.
So which so we had stars from Rizzoli Isles, the rookie, NCIS Hawaii, and um the actress who plays Maya Bishop in Station 19, but that's obviously she plays a firefighter, but having said that, she's now stopped that and she's going to play a lawyer. So I think
I
that's
see.
how they kind of got around it. And then of course Vicky Myers, who was the only British actress there and
Yeah.
the first British actress from a soap to go to a convention, I believe.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, Coronation Street doesn't do conventions like that, and I guess, a soap star isn't what you'd naturally expect to see coming along. But it was a great opportunity for her to meet some of her many, many fans.
Oh gosh, and she love it. Yeah, FanFusion put out a tweet a while ago saying, if you could meet anybody and you wanted to meet anybody, who would it be?
Yeah,
And in terms of pursuit of justice, in terms of the whole police thing, and they got such an overwhelming response for her that
yeah.
they asked her, and she said, yeah, and she had a ball. She had a ball.
Was there? Could you kind of gauge from the people that went along to it was what kind of proportion of the fans were there just to see Vicky?
Um, a lot. So I think I mean, no, I would say, gosh, it's hard. But you look at the autograph queue, so that's usually quite a good gauge. I mean, I've been to conventions before, and it's quite a good
Okay.
gauge of how popular each person is because you've got tables at the front and then you've got queues behind them, so you can just tell by looking at the hall how popular each one is.
Mm.
And I would say she was twice as popular as anyone else.
Wow, wow. That's pretty good. So did you go on your own, or was there like a group of you that went together?
No, I mean I physically went on my own. I didn't have anybody to go with. I do that. I do these things all the time on my own.
Right.
But you just meet people. It's just ridiculous. Within about 10 minutes, you've met 12 people that you spend the whole of the rest of the weekend with,
Mm.
and they become lifelong friends. This is how conventions work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So so yeah, I didn't go with anyone.
How big a Swarla fan would you say you were?
I'm a massive Swarla fan. I'm a ridiculously massive Swarla fan. Yes, that's all I can say. I'm absolutely obsessed.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess a lot of the other fans there were similar levels.
They would probably consider themselves massive Swarla fans also, yes.
So paint me a picture of what it was like then. I mean, was it over 2 days or was it one or?
Yeah. Well, so there were there were um there were activities started at kind of Friday evening.
Oh, okay.
So they had some of the stars that were there did a kind of a meet and greet thing, like a reception almost.
Mm.
Um and then they had a welcome panel which was just for people attending on the Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday were mainly it was just a full-on kind of experience of having photographs, having selfies, having meet and greets, which are a smaller, more intimate number of people with the star.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, there were some stars did different things. I mean, Danny Savory, who plays Maya Bishop from Station 19, she has a high tea thing going on, and they had a Pictionary thing going
Oh,
on with
wow.
her. She is outrageously confident as a person, and she's happy to do all of this stuff with fans, whereas others they don't want to be
Yeah.
top much like that.
Yeah. So what,
Um,
what was the case for
and
Vicky then? How much did when was the first time you got to see her?
I had a photo op with her and Danielle first thing on Saturday morning, pretty
Right.
much. They did a whole cast photo, so you could have your picture with all of the cast, and then they went on to do kind of separates. And Vicky and Danny, for some reason, I think again because FanFusion asked if you could have a duo photo with anybody, who would it be? And
Right.
Vicky and Danny were the two.
Hmm.
So I had a picture with them, and
Was this the first time that
she's
you'd
lovely.
met Vicky, or had you seen
Yeah,
her somewhere
no, no, this is the first time I'd met her.
else? What was it like?
Um, it was a shock. Without going into too much detail, I also put content out, and she recognised me from that.
Oh, okay.
So that was a shock. And she knew
Lovely.
who I was, and it was ridiculous. And she gave me a big hug and said, "I love what you do." And and as a massive Swarla fan, I had absolutely no words at that point. So yeah. But she's lovely. I think she lent into it more as the weekend went on. I mean, I'm not going to speak for her, obviously, but I think she got more and more comfortable with what was expected of her. And,
Yeah.
because people for photo opportunities, they want to do all sorts of silly things. I don't know how many people she pretended to arrest, but it was quite a few.
Did she arrest you?
Also, no, I didn't ask for that.
Did you just have like a straight
Um,
pose?
I'm terribly boring, I'm afraid. Yeah, it was quite a straight pose. I went back to back with her with our arms folded, and that was
Oh,
cool, and it's a great photo.
yeah.
But yeah, she got proposed to quite a few times as well.
Oh no.
um, and people make her put on ridiculous glasses. They had toy water pistols for her to hold, and
Oh
all of that kind of
wow.
stuff. And she just, as I say, she just really lent into it. She looked like she was having an absolute ball.
Yeah.
And then you have panels as well, where a few of the actresses sit out front, and they've got a massive audience. And you have moderators for the panel, so people who have taken questions from the audience beforehand who ask
Mhm.
those questions. And so she, as I say, just completely lent into it. She was very charming and sweet and funny, and just very patient with everybody.
Mm.
Um, yeah, she's absolutely lovely.
So what sort of questions did she get asked in the panel?
The one of the ones that obviously made all the fans just laugh and cry at the same time was what's your guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
And she absolutely adores ABBA. So
Uh,
every time she came on the stage and left the stage, they played ABBA, of course, because why not? But I have to say, the first time she appeared on the panel, there was a crowd of about 400 people in the
wow,
hall
that
where
many.
she. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's
Oh,
about 400 people. Yeah.
wow.
Um, and they announced her name for the first time, and the whole place erupted. It was ridiculous. It was I mean, I felt sorry for everyone else, if I'm honest, because
Yeah.
she got such a massive, massive reception from every single person there. They just went berserk. It was very, very emotional.
Mm.
And she was very emotional. She looked very, very touched by it all and a bit embarrassed. But yeah, yeah,
Did
it was good. It was good.
did you ask her a question yourself, either when you had the
I
photo up or in the panel?
So in the panel at the end of the kind of moderators questions, you can go up and ask a question. So I did do that. I asked it. There was three people in the panel at the time,
Mm.
including Vicky, and I asked that question. I asked the question to all of them, and I said, if you could give your 16-year-old self a piece of advice, what would it be?
Hmm.
And she said, "You're doing just fine."
Ah,
So,
lovely,
so
lovely.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
she talk much about the preceding week's Corrie? Because this event was, the timing of it was just perfect, wasn't it, for the big Becky Swain reveal the week
It kind of
before?
depends on your perspective as to whether it was
I get,
perfect or
well,
not.
yeah, maybe.
She was so good. She kept saying, "I'm going to give stuff away. I'm going to give stuff away," but she didn't give anything away at
Mm,
all. She I mean, some people ask her questions that, there's no point in doing that because she's never going to answer them.
mm.
But she did very kind of sarcastically say, "Oh, would anyone watch Corrie this week?" As if to say you wouldn't have done. But it was funny because the moderators are from New York, and the first question they asked in the first panel that she was in was, um, if you could, it was something about if you could work with any actor, who would it be? And what the hell's happening in Coronation Street? And why is Vicky Swain turned up? And what does she want?
And what does she say?
She didn't answer it.
Oh,
She was very, very good. She didn't give anything away at all. Despite the fact she was worried that she would, she really, really didn't. She wouldn't be drawn on any of it.
yeah.
And that's absolutely fine. We weren't expecting her to be honest. But she did talk a lot about, there were a lot of questions. One of them was, are your tears real? Because she spends a lot of time crying.
Yeah, she does.
Um, yeah, so they are. They are real. She doesn't have any help, apparently, and but she has to feel connection to the scene in order to
Hmm.
create that kind of emotion. Um, so that was interesting to find that out. Um, and obviously, she talked a lot about the sapphic representation of the
Yes.
character and how important that is for her. Obviously, she won the Diva Award,
Yeah.
Celebrity Ally of the Year, and she takes that responsibility very seriously. And she talked a lot about that when it was asked. She clearly does care a lot about it.
Mm, yeah. So did you get
Yeah.
did you get the impression at all? Is this a kind of event? Does this happen often? Is this a regular thing that you might think is there going to be another one that she'd be able to come back to?
Um, yes, then I think she might consider coming back. I mean, I
No, you
can't
can't
say
speak.
whether she will or she won't. I can't
Mm.
speak for her at all. Um, but she gets on very well. She got on very, very well with Danny Savory. They have
Hmm.
done a TikTok video together, which you may or
Really?
may not have seen. It's
No, no,
all
I
over the
haven't.
Swarla fandom. So it's all over the Swarla fandom, of course. It's very cute. They got on very, very well. So if Danny was doing another one, maybe Vicky would be tempted to do another one. But
Yeah,
she works so much because it's a soap. She's working so much
yeah.
that it's not always possible to do that.
No.
But FanFusion, there's been two so far this year, one in May and one now, and there's another one in November. So which Michelle Hardwick is going to be attending from
Oh,
Empire.
okay. Yeah, I know, I know.
So it looks like soap stars are going to be starting to, filter in maybe. Who
Yeah, well,
knows? And
this is what we want.
there may be one day a fan fusion on the cobbles. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what we want because we get the conventions for all sorts of TV shows, but even though soaps are some of the most popular genre out there in the country, we just
Yeah.
don't get that kind of thing. So yeah, fingers crossed that in maybe in a future fan fusion we'll be able to get a chance to see some other Corrie people.
They are quite receptive to ideas as well.
Yeah,
So, if enough people if they thought that the demand was there,
yeah.
then potentially they might consider it. Who knows?
Just have to wrestle them away from Sharon Marshall.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Carianne, thank you so much for coming on. That was really
That's right.
fascinating to find out a little bit about it. Thank you, and
No
yeah,
problem.
fingers crossed that we'll have an opportunity to do something similar again sometime.
Okay, great. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.